Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea, right to it today. On Venezuela and Greenland, I said to Paul Sweeney, I think I learned more about Greenland Monday in 24 hours than in my entire life. I really, studied up on it so I could ask Tina Fordham smart questions and all that. But there it is, Greenland and Venezuela. We extended the conversation today with Wendy Schiller. Let me give you some background besides her new book out on inequality state to state, which is it's a very academic book. They're not going to do a Landman series out of it, but it's a very academic book. And Professor Schiller is acclaimed years ago for writing a basic civics book. Like, it was a big deal back then. It was just like Civics 101 for people who missed Civics 101. And Wendy Schiller Brown acclaimed for that effort. In that book is the Louisiana Purchase of 1803. Schiller on Greenland and Louisiana.
It is the Louisiana Purchase, and we're going to buy a major territory. Now, a lot of people don't know the scope of Louisiana Purchase, how much land that was and why it was so important, to go west and sort of opening that entire gateway and really solidifying, I think, U.S. expansion. So it's really going to have to be a justification when, again, people are worried about things at home. The president seems to be focusing, with some exceptions, on matters abroad.
Wendy Schiller there. And later on, Gautam Mukunda was with us of Yale and Tufts School, the Fletcher School, I should say, at Tufts. And Professor Mukunda said the same thing, is it on steroids. It's what all presidents do. They shift from the domestic angst over to foreign analysis policy, and maybe some angst there as well. And President Trump is doing that right now. We started strong today with Jordan Rochester with Mizuho. And he went to something that I think is really interesting, which is all the outlooks come out, and everybody reads them all. Samaro leads on this better than anyone. Read the outlook, 6 pages, 10 pages, dare I say an 18-page outlook. I hate you. We read them all. There's a zeitgeist, and it all falls apart in the vicinity of mid-January. Jordan Rochester on the angst of January.
The hardest part of January every single year is we tend to have those consensus trades that everybody read about in those outlooks start to unravel. It's quite famous, really. Typically, you have a few banks that do 10 top trades, and 6 out of 10, maybe even higher, fall apart in the first 2 weeks. So far, that hasn't been the case because volatility has been relatively low. If you look at vol, typically in January, Eurodollar volatility, for example, falls in January around 80% of the time going over the past 20 years. So it might be just a quiet January.
Jordan Rochester of Mizuho. Jobs Day tomorrow on podcasts on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube podcasts. It's single best idea.